We had a number of very complex spreadsheets that we had built over time that allowed us to take billings data and then use historical estimates to try and translate it into revenue. And that worked, but it was extremely complex and it required very strong working knowledge of those spreadsheets. And it wasn't easy to understand and it wasn't easy to pass on to others. And so we had some members of the executive team trying to maintain those because that's just how it had been done before. I think one of the things that, as a CFO, is when we go to purchase software, you always wonder, is it going to work? Am I going to go through all this time and effort to try and solve a problem, but it's not really going to fully solve it? I think revVana has really helped address that for us from a forecasting perspective. And it was a bit of a black box from the sales perspective. This is clear, right? We can run a billings report, we can run a revenue forecast, we can kind of have transparency by opportunity, by item code to show where we're seeing the growth. And if we have questions, we know exactly who to go to. So it just gives us better transparency and really democratizes the forecasting process, which allows transparency for the sales team. So it's been strong, a good result for us. We implemented revVana to help us with that process. So really our focus is on asking the sales teams to build out the plans by item code. So that way we can really roll up item code by opportunity, by customer, to have a firm understanding of what is in the pipeline and what we can be looking at. So having that structured data allows us to consume it. And really the way that we've tried to do it is we ask the sales team to focus on billing. We don't want to try and make everybody a ASC 606 revenue expert. If we can have them focus just on the billing aspects of it, the revVana system allows us to convert that into revenue and have a firm understanding of what we can expect. And so we've built a nice cadence of leveraging that data. So as changes are made in the pipeline weekly, it comes into our reporting, layers into our forecasting, and then we can review what's changed each week. So we know the run rate, we can understand implementations, when things are going to go live, as things are ramping. And as we see bigger opportunities to expand, we try to layer those in appropriately. And I think that's just kind of the challenge is, you have the science of what the data says and the art of just trying to make sure you understand and you can layer it in appropriately. So that's just the advantage for us for kind of relying on revVana, which is native Salesforce, is we can look by opportunity to understand how it's impacting the rest of the year and kind of make quantitative judgments on that. As we've onboarded revVana last year, we had initial bumps along the way, but I think our sales team has been trained on the tool, really understands it, and we've been able to get a lot better with it, which means you get better answers. And so we're spending less time analyzing, what is in the data in terms of is it right, and more time analyzing the data as to what it means. Again, we had a strong concentration of the forecasting process at the executive level. And so now we're able to kind of get the rest of the team to own that. It makes us go a little bit faster, and using revVana also makes it scalable. That is really critical as we were running the sale process last year with GVG to be able to kind of continually iterate and update our forecast. So the simplification of that process, the repeatable nature of that really was, made our lives a lot easier as we were trying to worry about different things during the sales side process. As we increase our complexity, as we launch more products, as we do things along that here in 2022, we saw the need to invest in tools that would give us efficiencies. We couldn't simply just add more bodies and do more things in Excel. So from our perspective, this simplified a lot of it, but it also provided a lot of scalability as we look towards the future.